Oh, we're live. Okay. Can we also get the screen from this computer on? Okay. Well, yeah. Anyways, we're here after 48 hours of work. Maybe nights without sleep, having eaten a lot of snacks, having gone through a tough evaluation, peer evaluation. Yeah. Apparently, I don't know how to plug the computers for it to work. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna start. We're gonna have a timeline for this, and you're gonna present your ideas. Let's just proceed. Yeah, award ceremony. So, how it works, how it will work. Hopefully, you have all submitted your presentations. If not, then you could still have time to write me on Discord about all your issues. I'll try to resolve them. And we'll go through the challenges in this order. That's also how it was posted in the Discord, in the announcements channel. And after we have gone through all the pitches from all the challenges, we'll have some time for the jury to decide on the final the winners. Yeah, without further talking, more from the practical side. As it was mentioned, you will have 3 minutes for the pitch presentations and 2 minutes for the questions from the jury, if there are some. I hope there will be, and you will be prepared. So once again, you can come with your computer with the HDMI port if you have one. You can also use this one if you have submitted the presentation or will submit it now. This is live streamed. The link is in the announcements chat. Use the mic here, and yeah, I guess good luck. So we're gonna go through all the challenges one by one, and the first one that we had submissions for, and we hopefully will see some great solutions is deep science. That was brought by the Institute of Solid State Physics of University of Latvia. And yeah, we welcome jury Anna-Maria, who is also a mentor for you during these days, and Kolka, volunteer from our team. So yeah, jury, I invite you up here. Choose the spot. And the first, all the teams, and we hope we can also go in this sequence. So the first team with the name win dot. Yes, you stand here and talk and look at.
Can you hear me? Everyone? Yeah? Yes. Can that guy hear me? Yeah. Good stuff. This is good volume. Okay. Can we freeze the screen so I can see if everything works as intended? It's frozen. Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Let me check real fast.
Sure, you want?
Let me check real fast.
Good?
Hold up. 1 second.
Okay, we're gonna see the presentation.
It's good. It works. It just works. It works. Okay, so when does my time start? As soon as you start talking, right?
As soon as you start talking. So how it goes, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna raise my hand when you have half a minute left, so that you know.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
3 minutes, hard. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. You can start now.
Yeah. Hello, I am Martin Sprieder, and this I'll be representing my team, WIN. So, imagine a world where the temperature is slowly rising, half a degree at a time, where summers are becoming harder and harder to work in because, well, it's getting hot outside and inside of your room as well. And to cool yourself down with air conditioning costs you a bunch of money, so you don't really want to do that as well. Well, you don't have to imagine that world. That's the day that we live in. And we want to solve this by using PLDC, or PDSL, I think, smart glass films. Essentially how these films work is that when they are not powered, then sunlight doesn't really go through them. They block about 80% of the sunlight. So your room doesn't get hot, and you can just relax because the heat is on the edge of your house. Well, when they are powered, they are clear, as you can see in this model. Additionally, what my team offers is that we can also give you solutions so that you can essentially automate the use of these windows. We can build in cameras, as you can see in this demonstration, that when you walk into the room, then the tint lifts and you can see out the window because, well, you only need to see out of the window when you are in the room, right? Additionally, we can also add wiring and all different sensors, buttons. It's fully customizable by the user. So the costs for this product and also installing it are substantial, but the main objective is that the costs for use per month is about 5 cents to about 10 cents of electricity, because it uses only 8 watts per square meter, which is basically nothing. Anything you do is generating more than 8 watts. Yeah, so this is our business model. Essentially, we offer consultations and installation of the product. So you can come to us, you can say, oh, I have this many windows that you already have. We can be like, okay, these are a couple of the products that we can give, mainly the PLDC. And then we can install them, do all the wiring, give you a control system, fully customizable for you. Because, well, it's really not that hard to build in. Getting the product itself is the hardest part. Yeah. And then some of the money that we get also goes into our R&D division, because we really want to research further. Because I have a dream, our vision. Technically, what you can do is you can make a matrix, and then with the matrix, you can play Doom on the windows. You can actually just play Doom on them. But this needs further research, because we need to actually test it. And then this is a team that will make it happen. We are a team of mostly electrical engineers that also have a lot of knowledge in IT specialty. So I hope you help us make a better future tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Also, in time for the next speakers, I suggest talking more into the microphone. So now, questions from the jury. Yeah, sure. Just turn on the mic. Closer.
One. Ah, okay. Now I heard myself. Very nice presentation. Thank you. I have actually a few questions. One is that you showed this wonderful video with the integration of this camera. How far did you go with that during the challenge? So you showed that it's actually doable, but how far did you go with that, like practically?
Okay. Practically, we did actually work on it. We have also code in GitHub, and this is the main guy who did it, so he will explain further.
So basically, we just programmed computer vision that gets, for now, the webcam on your laptop and detects where if a human face is in the room, so to say, and then it basically does the operation. For now, for just a proof of concept, it's just PNG to PNG, but we can, with microcontrollers, send a electrical signal to the window to change the tint.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the logic is there. You just need to continue to adapt that for the particular thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the other question is that you showed that it could cost about 800 euros per window. Is it like to produce one panel, or is it including your profit part?
Okay, so I'll answer this one.
How much profit you want?
Right, that's the big question.
Really quick.
We examined multiple providers that do similar things in the field, and then that's mostly the price that they also kind of set, so we figured out that, yeah, it seems about correct. So that's mostly how we got to this price, right? The profit margins, well, if you If you can make a living, that's good. But again, we need the R&D as well, because we need. I really want to play Doom on the window. So the profit margins are really up to analysis once we actually do something in the field practically. But setup is there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Let's hope that we're going to be able to play Doom window someday. And the next theme, Lumina Glass Technologies. Yeah, round of applause, please. So,
Thank you very much.
and start whenever you feel comfortable to.
Dear audience, my name is Mark, and today I would like to address a problem of maximization Windows efficiencies. So I clearly remember staying at school and being burned alive by the sun rays passing through the windows, burning me alive. So of course for you it may be not school, but workplace or some other place. At some point I just thought, how can we make this energy work for us? Maybe we can transform it into electricity, as the goal is to make windows for zero energy buildings. So the solution we came up with after immense research was to use a transparent photovoltaic coating. So it's a kind of a film that's applied to an already existing window, which transforms IV and UV and IR lights into electricity. So, of course, we're not the first one to do so. There are lots of competitors of whom I'll speak a bit later. But what distinguishes us is this newly created material called, peroxide. So, unfortunately, it's just been created, and we cannot know the price of it for now, but it is thought to cost much less than the compounds used nowadays, because it requires more simple elements, as well as providing much greater efficiency, having 25%, whereas the compounds used nowadays are only about 15 to 16% efficient. So, talking about our competitors, here you can see in the table where do we outperform them. Of course, we don't have security features, but that's mostly because that's not our goal. Our goal is to create energy and still let the light pass through. If you want privacy, you can use tint or something. There are lots of opportunities. Talking about market, the total market is about 6 billion or so, with potentially serviceable being 3.5. If we assume that we can target 5% of that, it would equal to around 180 millions of revenue a year. So, of course, I wouldn't be able to perform this research and this project without my team. We all took part in the hackathon last year and were really inspired to do it once again this year, but in a deep science topic. I hope you find something in our idea, and maybe someday you will implement those to have a more eco-friendly buildings. Thanks for your attention. Do you have any questions?
Here, I hope jury has some questions.
Yes. Do you have questions? Okay. So nice presentation. But the question is, you did a lot of research, but what did you do during this hackathon?
So we were quite challenged by the topic that was presented this year. As for example, last year we were given data from satellites and we had to come up with the ways to use them. Whereas this year it was mostly more similar to a task, being like, come up with a way. Mm-hmm. So we couldn't create a prototype, of course, because first of all, the material is just created, so we didn't have access to it, and creating this film is not something you can do by hand. You have to have some precise machinery to operate.
Okay, and what would be other layers of this window? Because you mentioned that you would have this perovskite layer, but what would be other layers to get this heat and electricity switchability, let's say?
So once again, I'm going to show the materials slide. So here you can see all the components that are used in the film. So for example, substrate is some flexible polyester, which is transparent. So it can be rolled to transport and then just applied as a regular wallpaper to a window. And the peroxide is the semiconductor that generates electricity. Other layers are required, for example, to connect all together to have wires in the film so we can output energy, some battery. And well, the purpose is listed here. I can just tell everything. Or
It's okay. Now it's okay. I see.
any other question?
Do you have? Okay. Thanks.
Okay, the next team we welcome on stage from the Deep Science Challenge is a team called Models. Yeah, okay, we're gonna proceed with the next one, and we're gonna return to this one later. So the next theme after the queue is Echo Wind. Welcome on stage. Yes. Oh, yeah, cool. Okay, here we go.
Colleagues, who loves their street view and codes with window blinds open? I see no hands. Exactly. My name is Yazeps and I'm here to present you Art Windows. Imagine walking from home or enjoying your day off without having to look at a dull, depressing street view. You get full privacy and a beautiful digital visuals instead of blinds. Yeah, that's all about our product. Our smart windows have 3 physical layers, each one providing an innovative solution for customer needs: energy efficiency, privacy, and visual comfort. First, the outer glass is made out of transparent solar panels, providing extra electricity to support the hybrid power system. The second glass, in the middle, contains PDLC, and simply put, liquid crystals, which make glass blurry by default. With just one tap, the blurriness disappears as the crystals align in one direction, allowing full transparency. Lastly, the inner layer is an LCD monitor designed for energy-efficient visual coverage. The result? A significant reduction in energy consumption and an aesthetic solution for privacy to your home office or gaming room. All that without you lifting a finger. In just 2 days, we got working prototype with visual output, which you can observe and test as I speak. Possible to integrate our project in smart homes worldwide. And a prototype of smart Windows application. Please be confident to go through it. We already had a contact with several major smart house companies. And besides providing us an inside info on tech and market insights, they already are interested in our project and want to stay connected with our team. So, let's talk numbers. €850. That's the cost of manufacturing a 1.5 meter large prototype. That's the classic window size, if you don't know. So, in 1 year. As we spoke to company tech specialists, they made us confident that path from idea to real deal could take us only 1 year with provided contacts, workers, and mentoring support. And so, what's our business? We, by winning the smart tech market competition with unique products and services at a lower cost, we aim to create a long-term model that, in a collaboration with smart home companies, is expected to grow steadily. Our target audience includes remote workers and gamers. Since the pandemic, this said audience grew largely, and as we know, it has huge buying power. For social media, we designed our mascot named Kitty, who will make our online presence noticeable. We are a team of keen specialists. With Art Windows, you're not just investing in the product, you're investing in the future of smart tech. We are seeking 20,000 euros to support our project. EchoWind. Minimize windows, maximize comfort. Thanks.
Thanks, EchoWind. So, Cherry, do you have any questions?
Do you have questions? Or I can start. Okay, thank you for a very nice presentation and for showing us a prototype. I have a question. Do you have also an idea how you will stack all those windows like together, these different sections, or it's?
We will probably use similar materials and processes as the usual Windows, because it's cheap and it's easy.
Okay, and about how will you approach your target audience? It will be directly, or it will be via something?
So we are not going for B2C. We are not going to customers. We're going to companies, smart home companies that already have their audience. They already have client base. So we are providing service, maintenance, and the product that smart homes could benefit and put in their smart homes system already, in application, as a product, and as an ad for them, because we are going for niche audience with visuals. Visuals are our strong side. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much. Thanks for questions up. Okay, I propose now when we got the presentation, we go back to the previously scheduled one. All is good indeed. So we welcome on stage models with their pitch. Wait 5 seconds, please. Your 3 minutes start now.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm the representative. My name is Dominic, and I'm the representative from Team Models. And we are here to bring you clarity when you want it and privacy when you need it. When it comes to this electrochromatic glass field, there are a few problems with it, namely being the lack of automation, as well as that it is hardly accessible since not a lot of firms are making these. But first, to explain to the audience what is this product. And to simply put it, it is quite similar to a regular piece of glass. As you can see, there's one at the back, one at the front. However, in the middle, there's a thin film which, through electricity, is able to either make it more dim or lighter. As well as our addition on top of that would be an IoT box on the bottom, so you're able to get automation for it. And here's just a regular glass, or at least a glass with no film in it. You can just easily see through it as expected. However, with this electrochromatic film, you're able to see clearly outside, but you're not able to see from the outside inside, since it looks like a mirror pretty much. So you get to keep your privacy. And obviously, you do not need to make it as strong as a mirror. You can control its light levels, so it can be darker, clearer, or however you wish. And when it comes to market comparison, there's one firm which we found, which is Sage Glass, and it is situated in the United States. And they also use electronic film, but they do not have IoT. They also have gradual dim, but they do not have full dim, since it's quite a new technology, only released in 2019. Our projections for the future would be that if we were to be pessimistic and take 1% of the market, that would already be 210,000 square meters of smart glass in the Europe zone. And the rough production costs of 1 square meter would be 750 euros. And if we were to sell it for the same price as Sage Glass, our expected profit would be around 95 million. As well as the future plans post-hackathon would be integration in smart houses, as well as voice assistants, and a patent so we get to upkeep our head start. To fulfill our vision, we ask you if you were to be able to give us some brain power, maybe an expert in material science or glass coating technology, or an electrical engineer to create a working prototype. Our team consists of Rolfs, Walters, me, Arnolds, and Valdis, with diverse backgrounds from business to IT, as well as here's an interesting QR code, since what it is to only talk when you can also see a product in your own phone. Clarity when you want it, and privacy when you need it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. So now we have the opportunity to scan the QR code. Jury.
Okay, thank you for a very nice presentation. I have a question. If you're using electrochromism as a basis of your product, how will you be able to achieve the thing that it will be dark from one side but transparent from the other?
Okay, so as far as I've understood the idea, if there are two different light levels, so it's more bright inside and less bright outside, there is like a reflection when you look from the inside part of the window. So in that sense, it works like a mirror. And if you were to make it more dim, then obviously the light wouldn't pass through. And so it works both ways. At the dark, you'd probably want to have it more dim, so people from the outside do not see you. Where it comes from the daytime, you'd probably just have it turned off, so since it's already brighter outside.
What will be an approximate thickness if you stack all these panels together? And can it also improve something from heat stuff?
Yeah, it could improve heat transmission, since less light photons would go through. When it comes to the thickness, well, I would assume it's close to a regular piece of glass, since the film by itself is thin, so it shouldn't really change that much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. And let's proceed with the last one, presentation in this challenge. And the team member is already here. So from the eco tint, you can't see, but it's here. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have half a minute technical pause. Okay, we are ready. The fans
Almost ready.
set up. Almost ready.
All right,
So-
for this presentation to work, I'm gonna need the audience to also be ready to do what I ask you to do, all right? Now, close your eyes and imagine a sunny day. Such a sunny day that you would need sunglasses to go outside. It would kind of look like this, just bright. But let's tone it down a bit because we're in Latvia, right? There's no such sunny days. Imagine a sunny Tuesday. You're driving to work, and you're ready to murder those spreadsheets, all right? Once you go to work, you open up your computer, but half the screen is blocked by sunlight. Now, there is an alternative, and that alternative gives you a chance to just come to work and do what you love doing or what you already know how to do. And that's Hackathon. We make it just right for you to focus on what you love and want to do, while we adjust the little things for the work environment to be nice. So why Hackathon? Well, first of all, we save you money. We're going to lower your energy bills, and in a naturally lit environment, you're more productive. Our software is pretty simple to use, so I'm going to show it to you. We can change the tint levels manually. You can also check the weekly and daily statistics of what's happening outside. And if you want, you can let us do the work and put on auto mode. As well, in cases of energy outages, we have hardware. There is a prototype chip that we're going to put on top of the window. It stays there, and we have a fail-safe battery that just helps keep it up for a while in case of a power outage. Now, what is our addressable market? Well, total addressable market is every house with windows, because if there's a window, we can put a film on there, and that's our product. Tall buildings have more natural light coming in, so they would need our product more, and tall business buildings would have the funds to buy our product, so that's our serviceable, operatable market. Our competition is kind of non-existent because we're low-priced and user-friendly. We're just a better option. Now, all we're looking for is 800 euros, some electrical engineers, some legal professionals, and a partnership with electronic film distributors to make our long-lasting, user-friendly idea to work. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's proceed to the questions from the jury.
Okay, it's me again, sorry, hi.
Hi.
Thank you for the very beautiful presentation. What are the options that you showed us that there is also an app for that? What are the options that you can control for your solution?
For our solution, what we control in the app is we give the user the possibility to change the tint levels, but as well, the future development would be to integrate it into smart house systems so that when the user comes home, it can, the house is already set how he wants it to be. For example, that would be also good for business owners, where they know that most of the workers come in at 9 and leave at 5. So for that time period, they just put on that the windows are auto-adjusted, and from 5 to 9, they just let tints go.
Okay, and I know that you also had a prototype.
Yeah, I can give it to you if you.
You can show maybe.
Yeah, it's a
that-
pretty small
yeah,
prototype.
okay, and you said that you can save a lot of energy. Will you save enough so it's if you produce or manufacture these
Yeah.
prototypes, do you spend less energy than you save? I would say.
We haven't researched that. That's a really
Yeah.
great question. Yeah, we'd probably have to research that first, wouldn't we?
Because your energy saving, should be
Yeah.
less than the production cost.
Yeah.
But it looks like
Yeah, well,
It will be.
it's a pretty small thing, so I
thing
think
to think of.
it's gonna be all right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? No, all right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, we're done with the deep science challenge, but we have some more. And so the second one, which is going to be presented, is data recycling. And yeah, the jury, since this is the challenge brought by the Raccoons, are going to be from the Raccoons. Me, Martins, and Michaels. So, applause to Michaels. And we're going to have two teams presenting. Eco-motion and form visualizer for universities. So, without further ado, let's go. Eco-motion. Do you have a laptop with you? Cool.
Hello everyone.
Wait, just a tiny little bit.
Now you can start.
Okay, yeah, if Martin said that you can start, you can.
Yeah, so we're gonna present as a team, and we're a team from Riga State Technical School, and my name is Andrew.
My name is Theodor. My name is Artem.
And I'm also Arso. We present our application. It is EcoMotion. It helps you to choose the most eco-friendly route to your destination.
As you can see on this graph, almost 72% of gas emission is made by a car, but we can reduce it.
So on this image you can see that the most eco-friendly way to travel around city is by bicycle and walking. On the second place is public transport, and on the third is cars. So the main benefits of traveling by bicycles and walking is zero emissions, no fuel or parking fees, no maintenance costs, and traffic-free travels, and also a health boost.
Yeah, so you can use this QR code to access our website, and to reduce the impact of this problem, we decided to create the web application that helps user to find the most eco-friendly and optimal road to their destination. So while the website is more focused on the bicycle choice, it also offers for user options to choose, for example, walking, or use a public transport, or you can just go by car. Yeah, so we have some problems with Wi-Fi. Well, 1 second, yeah. I'm gonna fix that. So each mode of transportation also has accommodation of its information on personal benefits or environment benefits, such as calories burned, for example, or reduction of CO2 emissions, also costs gasoline, and something similar. So let's make a small conclusion that our application aims to educate and encourage users to use more eco-friendly roads by providing more sustainable and healthy lifestyle. So you can choose the origin, for example, Acropolis, yeah, and Yeah, no, the destination, yeah. So we can see that the road we used, and we can choose, for example, public transport, yeah, and it changed. Yeah, so thank you for your attention. And the last slide.
Thank you very much. I guess I have the opportunity, since I have the mic, to ask the first one. So you showed the route was calculated and showed on a map. So what's actually going, like, what is happening? What is the thing I don't see? How it calculates the road, like why it chose exactly the one?
We do data processing on backend, and a part of it a little bit on front end. So we use services, public services, for example. We analyze calories burn, also CO2 reduction emissions, and also weather analysis, and more. Also gas, yeah.
So to understand a bit better, so you're not like implementing your own some pathfinding algorithm. You're using some available services.
Yeah, we're using available services.
What kind of services?
Google Maps, platform, services, APIs.
Okay. Well, then I have another one in mind. So, what do you think? What do you think could be improved? Like, what would be your next steps?
Yeah. So, as we know, that in Riga we have bike roads, and we would like to implement this for users to, for example, choose travel by bike. So the roads will be implemented taking in consideration these bike roads. So it will be more convenient and safer for bicycle users.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. And now the second, and also the last one in this challenge, form visualizer for universities. Welcome on stage. So, yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right. Hello, my name is Reinis Ričets-Ramis, and today I'll present to you our form visualizer for universities. So the challenge. Most of you might be familiar with the end of semester surveys that universities do, where you can rate the course, the teacher, what you liked, what you didn't like, and it feels like a pretty tedious process. But we thought, like, what about the other side? What about the various staff and teachers that have to actually review it, go through thousands of submissions manually? We thought, man, what a nightmare it would be, like how much time it would take, how much electricity. And so we thought, well, what if we take the raw survey data and we do some data processing magic and we make a easy to understand visualization to simplify the process, to lessen the time spent manually going through the reviews, the form submissions, and to make the overall process easier. And so I have a small demo showcase, which should be visible. Yes. So we have a pretty simple app the data recycling app, which we call, and where you can upload the survey data, for which we have some sample data. So skip ahead a bit. And yeah, we have stuff like word cloud for the open-ended questions. For example, for what did you like the most in this course? And we can see that the teacher is highlighted. It is mentioned that it is great. And for example, what could be improved? We can see in big letters there's presentations, could be pacing could be improved, assignments and stuff like that. So it simplifies instead of going through thousands of submissions to get the general idea of what people feel, we have simplified this. And there are also the average rating section for the closed-ended questions that have like scoring from like in our case from 1 to 7. Like if you, for example, for the quality of materials, overall course enjoyment, and stuff like that, which we also of course have for multiple courses. This is like a graph per course, and you can see the various data and see also like what's the general picture. And for the last feature we have is the instructor reputation chart, which using the previous data we can see which teachers, instructors are more popular among the students. And yeah, then if we see that a teacher is doing very well, then we can of course commend that. And if it's someone is being less popular, then we can also have a little look into it. And that's mostly it. That we had a pretty simple. Yeah, and thank you for your attention. I can go to the last slide, but yeah, that was it. Are there any questions?
Thank you very much.
I have a question. How do you cope with the incomplete sets of data from the surveys? Like,
well, the thing is, we use as a basis we use the surveys that follow the format that is used by University of Latvia in the LUIS, and those questions there are mandatory, so there will be an answer there. Yeah, so that was our like base assumption that the answers will be there.
You mentioned one of your first slides that gathering the data into the surveys it has some ways. Well, it may be unsustainable, as I understood also from the icons on the slide. So did you somehow measure how expensive it is in environmentally wise?
We do not have specific measurements. More so that we during the talks with mentors we had discussions how the current system is unoptimized. So we made some educated guesses on that it would take way longer without our solutions. And of course, if you have the computer enabled, that's electricity going, and yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, thanks. Actually, before we proceed, let's take a small break. You have snacks available outside, so let's just be back in 5 minutes. pardon, also Vesters. Vesters is also also a game developer, board member at Latvian Game Developers Association. So we got 3 jury members for this one. And yeah, applause, round of applause. And yeah, I think we not only have 3 jury members for this, but we also had the biggest amount of submissions for this one. So let's go, those are the themes. And we're gonna start with the Rock Ed Science. Rock Ed Science, welcome on stage. Here you go.
Hello everybody. I'm here presenting my game Rocket Science that I made during this jam with my beautiful team. You can read who did what, but in short I did a programming, game design part and everything like that, and my other 2 members did more of the art aspect of this challenge. So the game concept, if anyone is familiar with the term rage platformer, it's essentially a very, very hard game in which it is very easy to lose all of your progress. In this particular game, the idea is that your character is using a balloon to float. With a balloon, he's floating up, and then with a grappling gun, he's trying to climb down like a mountain. With the original concept originally being that he has to climb down to the center of the earth to grab the core for some reason. Yeah, the gameplay mechanics, it's meant to be played with one hand, and also, which I didn't mention, is that in addition to it being a rage platformer where you climb down, there is a random QuickTime event which gives you a math equation with 3 possible answers. If you answer wrong, you reset from 0. If you answer correct, you can proceed with what you were doing. And the reason why it's built with one hand in mind is because of mobile, which is a very huge market. So in the future, the game can be expanded into a mobile version. So the art and design, this is, believe it or not the art that was in the game except for the character. This is something more of a concept that I would imagine in the future we would have when we expand this game. And in the middle is the main character without his balloon and the grappling gun. So the target audience for this type of game would be people who enjoy the challenging games. Then there would be gamers who are looking for something new and fresh, or something quick to play on their day off from work. And young audiences who can combine their reflexes to answer questions quickly and their expandable time during the day. So the marketing strategy is quite simple. What we would plan to do if we release this game is to advertise it to YouTubers and live streamers to play it in their streams. The reasoning being that on rage games, there usually are a lot of good clips that get viral on the internet. And from this marketing strategy, how are we going to make money? So the idea is that we monetize by putting ads not on like the screen, but as part of the game. So there would be like a billboard somewhere in the game, which would have, I don't know, a Coca-Cola logo, and the platforms that this is meant for is mobile and PC. Our next steps in this game would be, the main thing I would like to focus on would be custom rooms that anyone could make, because a lot of these rage platformer games, they struggle from the fact that you only play it once and then you stop. In our game, the community would make more levels. And there's a link to the game prototype for the judges if they want to look at it. And yeah, this is our sort of little slogan, conquer the heights and enrich your mind, one climb at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, and let's proceed to the questions from the jury.
Thank you for your presentation. Thank you for your presentation. First question is, what tools did you use to build the game?
Yes, I used the Godot 4 engine and Ace Sprite for all of the art.
Thank you. And the types of the math questions, do they get more difficult as I progress?
They don't get more difficult. I had planned on making it so they appear more often, but no, they don't get more difficult. There's a random, it's basically just a random range between 1 and 50, and then the game decides if it should subtract or add to that. And then there's 2 fake answers that are generated that are somewhere within the range of the real answers, so it's like more difficult.
Plausible, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You mentioned that you would allow user-made content. That would require server upkeep and such. As a business, would that include monetizing the game in the future?
I would like to say that the presumption that it would need the server upkeep is kind of wrong, because the way I would plan to implement it is with like an offline tool that people can just share around. It's supposed to be a free game, but the main version of it that we made, the main map, would have like the advertisement boards on it.
Thank you.
Yep.
And that's it. Time for questions is up.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next team we welcome on stage is Chill Math.
Math is important. Imagine you are on a date with a lovely girl and she starts to order food and suddenly you're not so certain that you're going to afford it. So you pull out your phone and like a literal creep with a calculator start counting. But you could do it in your head. You know, we as computer science students at the University of Latvia know something about being creeps. But about game dev, not so much. Our only experience was the last year's hackathon. We used the Godot game engine, which was not successful. So this year, we tried to use a 3GS. So we learned. We knew nothing about it. We learned and combined that with our expertise at mathematics and brain rot, and created Chill Math. This is a 3D game based on the latest studying technique of watching Subway Surfers in the background. And it teaches fast counting. You play as this character, Sigmars, who is a student at the university, and his typical day looks something like this. He is running late to the lecture, and the hallway is filled with bookshelves and MacBook Pros and skibidi toilets, and he needs to do math in his head. In practice, it looks something like this, and you could play it yourself by following a link in our dev post. And you can control the character with WASD and choose a math answer by your arrows, and it is very stressful and very hard, which is the point. Oh my god. And you can also slide down and up, and there is this beautiful sound design which you can take note of, and the purpose, the goal of the game is to first of all survive, but to answer as many math questions as possible. I answered 1. But the world record currently is 137. So the goal, yes, is to answer as many questions as possible. You can make up to 5 mistakes, but if you fail the obstacle course, then you die immediately. And in the end, the project is a very efficient studying tool for the iPad kids. And they will find out about this project in TikTok. I think it's already ready for them. But even though there is still much more room to grow with different levels and so on. Well, thank you.
Questions?
Yeah, so again, thank you. So you mentioned iPad kids, but you have a keyboard and mouse input system. So are you planning to expand to that platform as well?
So, excuse me?
So you have a keyboard input system, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned iPad kids. So are you planning to put the game on the iPad as well?
Yes, it is possible. We will need to revise the control system. Certainly there will be buttons, and then it's not a desktop, it's not played in the browser, but it's an app. But it is possible. You swipe with one finger and you tap with another finger on the answer.
Thank you. And second question about, do you have a monetization strategy?
I think the monetization strategy would be similar to all those popular games currently seen often in the ads, where it's just a brutal, stupid ad in the process. And that should be enough. I don't think that this is an expensive game to maintain.
All right, thank you.
We still have time for some questions. Are there any? No? Okay, then thank you. Okay, so after the chill math comes mythology sign off. Yeah, you will elaborate on the name. Okay, yeah. So here you go.
Okay, hello, my name's
Wait,
Anna.
wait, pardon. Very much, excuse me. Yeah, sure.
Okay, hello, my name is Anna, and I'm representing my team, Mythology Sign Off. On this team, it's me and my good friend Alice. And yeah, and I want to start with a question. In Latvian mythology, there are a lot of signs, and maybe you know the names of them, but can you raise your hand if you know what are the meanings of some of these signs? Okay. Yeah, so there are a few people, but still not a lot of people, and that is exactly the problem that we want to solve. So in our opinion, this topic is really interesting, but there isn't a lot of information about it, especially in schools. No one really talks about it. And so we made an RPG game that immerses you in the world of Latin mythology, in the signs of it, in the creatures that are there, and by exploring the world, you learn all about the signs and the creatures. And so the game itself is about using cards, as you can see on the screen, different type of cards, and on each card there are signs. Each sign has its own unique ability, and using them you have to fight different creatures that you meet in the forest. Another interesting game mechanic that we have is that when you use a card, the sign from it disappears, so it's left blank. But that doesn't mean that the card is now useless and you cannot use it anymore in the fight. It just means that now you have to draw the sign yourself. And so in our opinion, drawing this sign helps you remember these signs a lot better. And it also makes you remember and realize what exactly these signs do and how you can use them. And the game is not only about the signs, but also about the creatures. We want to help people learn about the creatures in Latvian mythology. And so in our prototype, we made the devil, Velmiņš. And yeah, and we also tried to integrate his unique characteristics, that he's dumb, but he's also really strong and he gets angry easily. And yeah, I will try to, well, it has to be downloaded. I want to show the game. Can I download? Okay, sure. But no. But yeah, basically in the game you switch between different cards, and you choose which ones to use to attack and which ones to keep, and also how to heal, and there are also some unique ability cards. And yeah, and some things that we want to do in the future, we want to introduce more characters, because right now we only have the devil. And also we want to introduce maybe some friends, of course more signs, and definitely do some more research about the signs and about the creatures, because we want to make sure that the information is correct. So yeah, if you want, you can play the game. We would be really happy. And if you have any suggestions, come up to us and tell us. And yeah, we hope you can beat the devil in the game. And yeah, thank you for your attention, and hope you have any questions.
Thank you. Yeah, I propose in this situation that you can later on show the jury the game so that they can see.
Yeah, okay.
But any questions now?
Yeah, again, very cool concept. So you described a lot of additional content you'd want to add to the game, but you mentioned that you were thinking of RPG mechanics as well.
Yes.
In the build that I've played, it's a card battler at the moment.
Yeah, so right now we try to make only the battle system, because we thought it would be the most important thing.
Yeah.
But yes, we would love to make some story with the characters, some open world exploration. That is the thing that we kind of want to focus on. But yeah, so far it's only the battle system, because it's the main thing that helps you learn about the science and about the characters.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the main question.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah.
I'm not sure how many signs there are in Latvian culture, but will there be enough, let's say, signs for content for a full deck, or will there be other types of cards, like I said, mythological creatures or something else?
So far we are focusing on mostly only the signs, but also in Latin mythology, when you use certain signs together, they have a different effect. And so that would also be a game mechanic where you can use them as a combo, and so yeah, that would also happen.
Okay, thank you. Another thing would be, would you imagine it as a collectible card game? Will you unlock those cards progression-wise?
I mean, yeah, that would also be a thing where when you defeat some enemy or you go through a plot line, then you get a new card, a new sign. And then you have it in your inventory and you know how to draw. Because right off the bat you know only some signs how to draw, and then you learn more.
Thank you. I like the drawing mechanic. It wasn't working in the demo, but I understood the idea.
Yeah, we forgot to put the instructions, but yeah.
Yeah, and additionally would be some tutorial.
Yeah, that's true.
Thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, after seeing some methodological Latvian science, we move on to Hasburger. You can start whenever you want to.
Oh, Barbara is very sad. She doesn't understand Latvian language, not like the other kids. We probably don't have a solution. Or do we? Hello, we are Hasburger. And we, first-year computer science students, invented or found a solution to a problem. What problem, you may ask? Well, these days, games and apps that teach languages are often boring to many people, and they become tiresome and repetitive. So the solutions we found to this problem are the solutions we found include the Here are some very bad customer reviews to a certain game that may or may not start with D and end with lingo. And here you can see the very sad and frustrating reviews from customers saying that it's boring. And the solution we found, the solution includes making learning entertaining and teaching languages in lifelike scenarios and entertaining scenarios. And so we created a game. We created a visual novel type game where you start out as your average Joe on your first day at the world-renowned Hasburgers. As you enter the restaurant, though, you realize, oh, this is a different country. They don't speak English, and I don't speak the language. Your goal is to traverse the game through challenges and tasks and learn the language as you go. Kind managers and hot co-workers help you achieve greatness and potentially love. There are different choices and different routes, but the ending remains the same. Learn a language through lifelike, entertaining scenarios. We searched up some of the competition and found some games that have a similar concept. For example, Chance of Sinar, where you learn languages that are made up, and Homocipher, where you decipher made-up languages. And many of you may know Doki Doki Literature Club, which is a visual novel type game that includes entertaining scenarios and different routes and romance. Our future ideas include that we create a notebook in which will act sort of like your own personal dictionary. There will be an alphabet and translations to words and phrases you learn throughout the game. We also hope to include audio input and voiceovers to correctly know the pronunciations of the words. And for the longevity of the game, we intend to create an AI bot that you can visit after completing the game, which will act like the characters you met in the game and help you learn the language further. Some of our business plans include merch with the characters that you fall in love with and some manga. And the actual game we intend to sell like novels, like a novel. And the more editions we make, the more editions you buy. This potential income is just a potential that's not exact, but we intend to sell for like maybe $9.99. Here you have a QR code where you can search up the sources and images and put it in RenPy to see the demo of the game. Yeah. Thank you, and let's learn languages together.
Thank you. Yeah, questions?
Can I ask what is the target audience?
The target audience for us mainly includes young adults from maybe 16 to 25, and people that are interested in language learning and who like playing visual novel type games, so yeah.
Quick question about the number. How did you calculate the total?
So the the number here, we searched up all people that speak English, first of all. We overly calculated people from our age group, the intended age group, 18 to 25. And then we took a portion of that and, searched up visual novel popularities, like how some visual novels and how popular they are, and some language learning, and calculated that with the intended 9.99 and just, yeah, that's how it came up, yeah.
Thank you. And you used, so you used RentPy?
We used RentPy, yeah.
And the images, how did you create the character in the background?
Since right now we didn't really have the time to draw the characters ourselves, so the images, the descriptions we created ourselves, but AI helped with the actual image creation. But if we were to pursue this further, we would create the actual character image ourselves. So yeah.
So the main aspect is you coming up with the concept of the game and
Yes.
then writing the story in the scenario.
The story, yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And yeah, when we had finished the Hasburger, I think it's time for the pie. This one went well. Thank you.
Hola, ¿cómo estáis? Hoy voy a presentar nuestro juego. ¿Empezamos? Did you understand anything I just said? If not, then you are our target audience. In the world, there are over 600 million Spanish speakers. That's a lot of people. And then 24 million of those are students. So if that, and the number is growing by 4.5 million every year. And if just 0.5% of all these students decide to buy our game for just $1, we gain profit of $24,000. So, our game, our game is named Pi because it is a political immersion experience. You have 3 levels you can choose from. Of course, we are pros, so we only have that level now. So in this game, you are the president. You are giving a speech in Spanish, probably in Spain. This is the speech. You are very lucky your translator prepared the speech for you. You have also the English translation. You can learn it, memorize it, have fun with it. But the opposition never is asleep. Ay, mierda, the speech is gone. What are you gonna do? You need to fill in the letters. You need to finish the speech, improvise. And from the audience reviews, you will see how you will do. So if the audience loves you, you know you are doing great. If they hate you, however, you know you're doing very bad. So you can win this game and see your score here, or you can lose this game and get Rotten Tomatoes. And no one wants Rotten Tomatoes, right? So all of these aspects that I just showed you are already in our game and it is playable. But we would also like to include animations, so moving objects, different settings like a date, a school presentation, a store, maybe something like that, and an AI which generates sentences, because right now we have like 4 million variations of the speech, but we can make it endless. Also, we would like to add customizations, so you could choose your character. You could be a man or a woman or anything else. And we can make the game for any language possible. So this is our team. We are classmates turned friends. We are very close now. Two of our teammates do coding, and me, I do only design. I don't know coding, sadly, but I will learn after this. And we had a great time in our hackathon, and we made a game. So if you want to become president, download our game, do it, and all I have to say is bye out.
Great. Do we have any questions?
More of an additional comment. You can, of course, add many other languages, but also many language pairs. So you're learning from Latvian to Spanish to even further expand it.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Thank you.
So there was no easy mode in the game?
No, because in Hackathon there are only professionals here. That's why we only did professional level. But you can be sure that all the other levels will be easier than this one here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. If that's it, then thank you very much. Yeah. Sadly, when the pie was finished, we had nothing else left in this challenge. So, thanks to the jury. And let's continue with the next and the last, not the least, challenge in financial help. And let's see how you will empower youth to manage their finances. And in the jury, Elizabeth from Civita, Latvia, and also Richard from the Raccoons. With the lineup of these teams, yeah, I guess we have already the first team here, so we can start. Banked up.
Solution? Simple. Save and invest through budgeting. But it's not so simple, because why should you? You don't care. So to improve, you need to budget and be peer pressured. And that is where our solution comes in. Ours is a budgeting app. You set a weekly budget, and then any money which is not spent will go to either a savings account or invested. And our main idea is that you can share it with your friends, your saving rate, and then see who's better at saving and being more financially responsible. And yeah, you can set your own goals, choose whatever you want to save for and invest. So here's some backend. We do nothing with the money. As a Sam Bankman-Friedman lookalike, I promise there will be no commingling of funds. It will go directly from the bank to the directed investment fund. And so monetization, there will be, first of all sponsorships. For example, Air Baltic can sponsor, oh, you want to go to this trip to Barcelona, you can save up for it, ads, non-intrusive, targeted, and premium. You can receive additional analytics and also expert advice. So, market, yes. The competition is very huge. There are loads of budgeting apps which shows that there are millions of users and millions of paying users. But banks, Revolut and Excel also have these adding up to the nearest euro, but we have the social aspect. And that's why we are better. And so, why us? The team, it's international. It's 2 Ukrainians, 2 Germans, and a Latvian. So we have the international experience to make it big. So choose Banked Up to be banked up. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Jerry?
So, thank you for the presentation. I find the social aspect pretty interesting. Do you have any plans for example, privacy controls? Because finances aren't always things you want to freely share with people.
Yeah, it's very important, and that's why, first of all, it will be only for people who are on the app, so the information can share it, and you have to accept that the other person can see it, and you will be able to decide if what they'll see and how much. So yes.
Okay, some more questions?
You mentioned about investing in your platform, like you have the opportunity to invest in stocks or anything else, I understand, right?
Yes, we would try to pair up with someone, so if a user wanted, they could invest in whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. It won't be like you would find a partnership from a bank or something else to do that for you, as I understand, or you will, or the client can do it directly in your app.
We'd have it directly in our app, but we had our partnership, so it moved smoothly, that the user wouldn't have to set up a new account and all that, so it would be seamless integration. That's our plan, at least.
And could you elaborate what is your target audience age specifically?
I'd say the people who are most easily peer pressured are 18 to 24-year-olds, so that is our target audience, and not younger, because all these, they're not grown-ups and all that mess.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I see the team is already lining up. And yeah, the team is more. So we hope to see more.
You can hear me, right? Yes, great. Okay, I believe, have you...
We can't see this.
Oh.
Oh, no. What happened?
Now, have you ever dreamed about what your future life will be? And I know you have, but only few of you take action. Statistically, 95% of people never achieve their dreams because they have no clear vision of what that looks like or how to get it. Now, the problem is 3.5 billion of people lack essential financial skills like budgeting, saving, or managing debt, right? And 20% of people set goals for themselves, which is way too small of a percentage. Now, our solution is financial decision coaching platform powered by OpenAI, and it provides personalized action plans to help individuals improve their financial situation and achieve their long-term goals. Now, our inspiration is our accredited basic financial management course, which means that this is not only like your every bank platform which tracks revenue and expenses, but this provides you educational modules, so you are prepared for your next step and you know what you have to learn and what you should learn. Now let's dive deeper in our user profile. This is Keita. Hi, Keita. She's a 21-year-old student and living off her parents' funds. But she is about to graduate and has to start to live on her own. Now, does she know what she has to do? What she has to consider? Tax payments, long-term investments, housing options, pension funds? No, she doesn't, and for that she will use more. Let's see, this is what she will be first seeing, widgets and then our design for our prototype, and this is how our video, let's see in our video how our prototype looks. So she enters her basic information, assets, expenses, age, education, and her life goals. And then AI provides her cash flows, income statements, and plans for her goals and what are the topics she should consider. Now, this is also a great opportunity to have a financial advisor in your pocket, because you have a consultancy available 24/7. And the market is, all potential users are 600 million, but our initial market share will be 7%, which is targeted 1 million users. And our competitors are all not automatized processes. Now, it either tracks revenues, expenses, which you already have in your daily life bank, or it's an expensive personal advice, which you register for consultancy, or it's just general business Excels that you can use, which are not personalized for your life situation. And our revenue plan is B2B, so each step costs for different bank sizes. And this is our team. This is not our first project, and we do know that our different talents and our different experiences make us one of a hell of a team that can achieve everything we plan to. So take action and invest in financial literacy. We encourage you to scan this QR code to try out, and you will always need more. Thank you. We are ready for your questions.
The team is ready for the questions. So, Jerry?
Thank you for your presentation. I have a question regarding the financial data. So as I understood, that person puts in all of his financial information itself. There's no access to bank or anything like that.
Well, that would be a future improvement to connect, for example, the expenses directly with your bank, yes. But the user also shares everything they feel comfortable to share, but they have to understand that the output also depends on that. All right, guy, comment?
Maybe I can also comment if some of you worry about data safety, like using the OpenAI API, it doesn't store this information anywhere. It just as an analogy, in a room you have your data that you provided. It goes in, takes a look at it, gives the answer, and then goes out. It doesn't store any data. And if banks would buy our solution, then it would also have the integrated data from the banks instantly as well, and they are the ones that have to worry about data privacy.
So I'm looking at the AI aspect of this, and well, a major issue with AI is that usually is trained on older data, which might, for example, result that it isn't able to respond to recent, for example, financial turns and events like an actual human advisor might be able to. And I'm just wondering if this has been considered, and maybe it could be something that's a planned improvement in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. We have considered it, and we kind of plan on also providing the latest data, also for example, about taxes, how EDS in Latvia works, that we would also provide this AI model, this information, so that it can have more accurate data. As you said, the data can be outdated, and also, for example, ChatGPT is trained more on US-centric data, so it doesn't really know that much about Latvia, but yeah, that's certainly a thing that we considered and that we could improve in the future.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, the next team, I guess we already have the team member here, is DTF. Let's see what it stands for. If it does. Here we go.
Hello guys, my name is Agnes Rosenberg and today I'm presenting a fun free app for turning spare change into big dreams, DTF. So the real question stands, are you really DTF? Down to financially invest in your future. So let's look at this case study. This woman annually, a year, spends her money only on coffee alone, 1K. And it's not even considered other guilty pleasures that she has. And at the end of the year, she has a question. Where did all my money go? This is where the DTF comes into play. We have tip tabs who are essentially your guilty pleasures. How it works, you set up your goal, for example, a laptop. It costs 1K euros. Then you set up the tip tabs, which are your guilty pleasures, for example, coffee, clothing, partying, games, and you set the amount that you pay each time you actually purchase these guilty pleasures. And then you monitor your progress. Then you're thinking, oh, well, how will I actually remind myself to actually invest in myself, to save funds for myself? Why, and how? These push notifications and widgets come into play with a note of wittiness and a little bit of a joke that raises an emotion for you to actually open the app and invest in yourself, or also like in this picture, a coffee cup, rather to think, oh, I could buy a coffee or I could get closer to my goal. So this is how the app looks. You can see your set of goals, you can see how far you have reached them, how actually guilty pleasures you have sacrificed to actually invest in this goal. And here is a bit of close-up to how you set up your goal. So the competitors, there are, but we chose to talk about Revolt. Do Revolt monitors progress when saving? Yeah, but does it motivate us to actually save money? No, they don't care about us. Do they have a tip-tap feature? No, of course they're not. They actually don't really care about us. So this is our team. I'm Agnes Rosenberg again. There's Dita. And are you, DTF, down to financially invest in yourselves? Here's a QR code which you can scan to play a little Figma game to actually see how it all works. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, question?
Yes, thank you for a wonderful presentation. I have a question. How do you plan to monetize this app? How do you plan to make money out of it?
We plan to make subscriptions.
Can you elaborate more on that?
This is a big goal of ours because there's this a magical beast of PSD2, Payment Service Directive, which essentially is a regulation in Europe from where the app cannot actually be connected to the bank. There's a middleman, and the cost of subscription would stand on how much we pay for the third-party provider, the middleman.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't quite understand how the tipping feature works. Does it like, when you tip whenever you afford yourself a guilty pleasure, or how does it work?
No. Rather than having that guilty pleasure that you can see, for example, coffee or like clothes or shopping, when you open your phone or you think about investing in actual video guilty pleasure, you remind yourself that, oh, actually, I could spend this money on my goal, on my dream, and monitor, like you can see there, for example, laptop would be 40 copies.
I see. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? Any more questions? No? Then thank you. And next up we have ground growth. Oh, actually, for ground growth, I'm gonna show. So the theme had, I remember just now, theme had an emergency, and they have a video. They won't be able to present. They have a video to show. Jury will take that into account. So we'll invite. I'm gonna show the video later on. We now invite the next team. Treso. You're good to go.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Harald, and together with my team, we came up with an idea for allowing youth to unlock savings. So the problem was that the existing solutions primarily focus on budgeting and expense tracking without incorporating gamifying elements or educational resources, which leads to lack of engagement and can lead to lower user attention and ineffective learning outcomes. And our solution is a simple way to visualize your savings progress by a growing tree that grows as you save more. And at first, you would provide some information about your current income and how much money you have actually to dispose towards savings. And then you would enter the app itself, where if you click on the top of the tree, you would enter the statistics side, where you can see how much you have saved, how much time you have left to reach your goal, and how you have progressed towards learning the lessons. And about the lessons part, if you click on the bottom, you will enter the lessons, where you can access many different lessons on financial topics. The lessons would include a theoretical part, which would describe the topic in general, and then you would have an example, which would then be tested by a survey type test. In the end, you earn points for answering correctly, and our business model would be a freemium strategy where the user initially doesn't pay anything, but we would run ads on our app. But for a small fee of $2.99 a month, you would could access the pro version with no more ads, more cosmetics, more lessons, and more advanced statistics. We also thought that our solution could be interesting for educational institutions or financial institutions to add to their robo-investors or children accounts. The market opportunity is that we want to obtain 10% of the available market, which would equal to around 1 million of revenue per year. And we would do it by outcompeting our competitors with the gamification elements, visual representation of your savings growth, as well as educational resources and saving statistics. And together with my team, we have 5 people. We are 2 guys on the back end, 2 guys in the front end, and me in the middle selling this stuff. So the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. So check out our prototype. Thank you.
Okay, before we go on planting trees, questions?
So, you mentioned that this app could also be marketed towards, for example, children who are just learning about finances and, for example, their parents opened an account. Have you considered the legal ramifications behind operating finances which belong to children?
That's why I said we it's a good point you're making. That's why I said we considered it, but we didn't approach it in this hackathon.
And I have a question regarding the functions in the app. Can I set my financial goals in there? For example, as we know, like to easier save money for something, we need to set a goal. So we know what we are reaching, and just we are saving for some, I don't know, thing or something happens.
Exactly. You set a goal, and as you could see in the first slide, that you can track the amount you have saved towards your goal as well as the deadline. And in the end, the tree grows apples, and you can collect those apples as your savings. Any more questions?
I have a question regarding those apples. Maybe if theoretically, if it is the app where it's not exactly for the children, could I maybe, if I reach this goal and I get those apples, could I get additional money back from the investment I have made in app, like be that $2.99 or something like that?
Yes, we actually thought about adding this as another option for our revenue model, but we in the end still decided that it's going to be charged fully.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And the final submission that we're going to see, the pitch that we're going to see today, is going to be in the form of video from Crown Growth. I hope we get the sound also. We do.
Here we go.
Money. Yes, money. We as a young people understand the problem of not having enough money and not understanding how to manage our finances efficiently.
This is the reality for millions of young people today. Gen Z has seen a rise in credit card debt in just the past year, and financial literacy remains shockingly low. The problem isn't that young people don't care, it's that they don't have the tools or support to take control of their finances.
That's why we created Crown Growth, an app designed to turn financial education into a game, a community, and most importantly, a solution. Our app offers something special.
You earn points for making smart financial decisions, like sticking to a budget or saving towards a goal.
Those points aren't just for bragging rights. They unlock lessons on topics like investing, tailored to help you make real progress.
And because staying motivated alone is hard, we have added a social element. You can connect with friends, cheer each other on, and even see how you stack up on leaderboards. Also, you can earn bonus points from your friends' progress, so don't forget to motivate them. So here you can see our app in the development process.
For $1.99 per month, so basically price of a coffee. Also, we give a 5-day free trial. If you ask us, that's a steal.
What makes us unique amongst the competition?
Well, we combine financial tracking, in-depth learning, and gamified experience, all in one platform and at a price that won't break the bank.
And our projection shows a steady growth trend, reflecting the increasing demand for financial literacy tools amongst young people and the expanding market potential for this app.
We're just getting started.
Over the next year, app will introduce automated banking integration to simplify money tracking, and also AI-driven financial advice to personalize the experience, and global features to expand our impact. The future is clear. Young people want financial independence and they want it now.
With Crown Growth, we are giving them the tool to take control and the community to stay inspired.
Okay, amazing. Amazing finish for this one. So, yeah, while jury is judging, please fill out this form. So we'll now have like a max 20 minutes break, and then we're gonna announce the winners. So just fill out the feedback form, and we'll meet in some maximum 20 minutes. Yeah. Thank you.